every word, character, and space that you use, it's really a fundamental piece of the essay that you can't overlook. About the essay, but I think this is important, and I see this sometimes happen, is we've talked a lot about the why, right? So we often see the first time somebody meets a PA, it's because they had surgery themselves, they were an athlete, and they had, an injury, and they met somebody in the ER. They had a sibling who had special needs. They had a parent who died, or whatever that story is. You can tell that story in your essay. You don't want it to be your entire essay. It's just a segue. It's just a starting point, a jump off point to share as to your why versus the entire essay. So I think it's okay. And you talked about writing Russian in your essay.
The first sentence.
Yeah. I'm thinking of this one essay where the applicant was house sitting a monkey for the doctor. And the monkey got out of the cage and talked about, running after the cage. I still remember that first sentence.
You'll never forget that. I'll never forget that.
Right? So, and whatever the reason is that you're interested, it's okay. Use your space in the essay wisely is really, for all the things that we've talked about here, every word and character and space that you use, it's really a fundamental piece of the essay that you can't overlook because we read them. So make sure every word matters.
The monkey is such a great example.
Yes.
I said this once and I'm going to say it again. You, out of 20 random people, go to the mall, look at 20 people. What is different about you? I guarantee you 19 out of those 20 people have not babysat a monkey. I have not. I never want to. They're terrifying. They scare me. So there's that. So just what is the one thing about your life, whether it's something you experienced, the way you were born, the language you speak, the things you've seen or done, what is one thing that's super unique about you? Make that first. Yeah. After that, talk about your why, the thing that I mentioned in the book, why PA? And then make it clear that you understand the profession and that you really appreciate it and what you want out of the profession. And maybe if you happen to be like, you're behind the eight ball a little bit, you had some struggles, maybe consider talking about how you overcame those. If you can include those things, your essay is going to be top 10 easily.
Yeah. Easily. Even in re-apps, I'll see in the main CASPA essay where people will say, last year I was unsuccessful getting into PA school. I reflected, I did X, Y, and Z. I realized I wasn't ready or I wasn't as competitive. And so I did, A, B, and C.
Sure.
I think, again, it's that accountability piece. Every school wants a student who takes accountability, who is self-reflective and introspective, because those are fundamental pieces of being a PA. Reaching out for help. It is a fundamental piece of being a PA. You're not a completely independent provider.
Right.
So we're looking for those people who don't have a problem saying, I don't know, because you have to do that as a PA. Right? So all of that can be explored in the essay.
And demonstrate those things. Don't say them like, this is my characteristic. Demonstrate it. Give me an example.
Exactly.
If we could do that, that's going to be phenomenal. But way more on that in the book.
Yes.
Oh, there's a thumbnail, by the way.
Well, it's good. I'm going to look into it.
I sent every one of those 4 students, I've sent them multiple copies, so they can probably just give you one, or I'll send them more.
Yeah.
Happy to give you, if you have like a pre-PA club, I'll give you a few copies.
Okay, great. I just thought of another thing, general advice. Find out of the programs that one is applying to, if there's any way that they could speak one-on-one to either a faculty member or a student, if they have any info sessions coming up, and really take advantage of that. So, we have Zoom, we have info sessions that we do a couple of times a year, and we know who registers, we know who comes multiple times. So that shows interest in the program.
Yeah.
If you have an individual situation where you're not sure, even if you're just thinking about PA school, you're thinking about applying, would it be better if I do this or that? Rutgers allows all faculty put aside time in their calendar to speak one-on-one. It's amazing to me how many applicants don't take advantage of that. And now, it doesn't mean you have to, you may not need to, but if you're not sure or you're changing careers and you just feel like you want to talk it out with somebody, find out if the programs that you're applying to will allow such a thing. And then follow up, especially after your interview. So, interview processes often take months. You'll apply, you might interview, and then it takes a long time to hear. If there's updates that you want the program to know about, I encourage applicants to let us know. I took this extra class. I got more patient care. I'm still interested in your program. Because even when we fill a class, we have a group of waitlist applicants.
Sure.
We think about those students who our admissions group, they get to know who some of these students are. Because they're emailing, they're calling, they're communicating with us. We're more likely to fill a vacant spot with somebody who is really continues to demonstrate interest in our program versus somebody who interviewed and we never heard from again.
Yeah.
So I think those, you're not bothering programs, especially by emailing them and demonstrating your continued interest in whatever program it is.
Yeah, probably don't email them 10 times a day every day. You might get some sort of a unsubscribe function applied to you. But I mean, use your judgment. Maybe every couple of weeks, every month or so, follow up while you're on your journey. And I can't imagine a bigger green flag than somebody who might not be super competitive. They talk to someone like you or somebody in the admissions department and they ask, what should I do? Should I do a post-bac? Should I go get a master's? Should I retake some classes? And then they do all those things and they come back 2 years later or a year later and they've done that. It's it doesn't get any better than that. This person takes feedback, they put in the work, they're really motivated. Why would you not want to accept someone like that?
Exactly. Yeah. And they're identifying the weaknesses.
Yes.
So if the weakness is your grades and all you continue to do is get patient care hours, you haven't addressed the weakness.
Correct.
And this is a really important thing. I know on our website, we have a list of FAQs where if one is declined, we have self-reflective questions that one should ask themselves. And I think it's an important tool, not only if you're declined, but before you even apply. Are you ready to apply? And to look at that list. Are you a competitive applicant? And so, because it's a lot of money and a lot of time and a lot of emotional energy that goes into doing CASPA applications. So you want to make sure that your application is ready.
I'm really glad you guys do that. I'm actually, for a future video, I'm going to go to that list of are you ready to apply criteria and discuss them with my audience, because that's something I wish people would kind of take reflection on. And then if they are, those are the things that you talk about in your essay. So that's a gold mine of good information. Yeah.
If you want, I'll send you the link. I'll find it for you.
I appreciate that. And I'll send you some books.
Okay, perfect.
Yep, we'll figure that out. But yeah, anything else you think you'd like to mention at all?
No, I think we about covered it.